afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys. I hope you all had an exceptional weekend and obviously the beginning of the week as well. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. There's a couple of health issues in the family. My son needs some health treatment, and so do I. I'd rather not say, because I usually say it, but I won't say about my son, but concerning myself, I've had a few little issues, like a few palpitations in my heart, and it's been going on for 4 weeks, non-stop. So I've been to the hospital. I've been to the doctors this morning. So excuse me if I'm not breathing very well. So I've been to the doctors this morning for an ECG and some bloods, and I've got to go back again tomorrow and for results. So to see what it could be. So I'm still my jolly self. No worries about that. Look on the positive side, as far as I'm aware, it's not serious, but it needs to be checked. So, well, it's your heart, isn't it? So, yeah. So, I don't know really what more else I can say. But, yeah, that's life. So, anyway, I thought I'd do a quick video today because I won't be able to get on tomorrow, guys. Again, hospital appointment, and also my son's got to go for some health treatment as well tomorrow. So I've got to take him as well as myself. So today I decided, I've just got this silver glittered, I say gift or present. It's got nothing inside. It did come with 3 different sizes, but I've chosen to use the bigger one out of them, and I've tie wrapped or cable tied some foam on the top and attached a wreath wrap around the foam, and I've only placed it in the center. So now I've been debating which sort of style to what I'm gonna do. Because I've got the glitter balls there, I've got another glitter ball out, and it's been staring at me for a while. It is around 5 inches in diameter, or wide, should I say. And so I thought I'd get the bigger one out, and I'm considering placing that in the center of the gift at the top. So that's what I've already placed it on a pick, because it doesn't come on one. So I've already put a pick inside. I've got out, let's go through the silver, because I'm going to do silver and red. I know we see a lot of silver and gold, so I thought let's do silver and red today. So I've got out some of my silver glittered fern. I thought we could maybe incorporate some of that. I've also got out some of my silver berries as well. I have got out just a few stems I grabbed of the silver ginkgo leaves. And I've got these, some picks where they've got like a fern on them. I think looking at that, some grasses, some swirly grasses. And I think that may be just either mini eucalyptus or just a twiggy branch with some leaves on. I can't quite make out. I have been staring at it and just trying to, but it does look like it's got little eucalyptus leaves on, but then again it could be just a small leafy branch. So we've got a pack of those out as well. I've also got out, it's in the bag still, some of my red glittered foliage as well. I may cut some things down, I may not. Oops, I've forgotten the silver. I've got our silver bay leaves out also. And talking of bay leaves, I've also got the red ones out because I'm not sure whether to add both of them in or a mixture. Well, a mixture, should I say, or one of either colour. I've also got out, I've got a new pack here of but I've got a few left in this one. Some of our glittered red pine needles, and they come just on single picks like that, and I thought I could incorporate some of those as well. So this arrangement, you could basically just, you know, place it anywhere in the home, just to add a little bit of the Christmas spirit in the home without, again, as I know some people don't place up a tree because, you know, the kids have all grown up, they've all got their own families and their homes and children, and so, you know, they'd rather just have something small just to celebrate the event. So I've also got out the glittered Chinese money leaf as well. I've got some of that. Again, I don't know which ones I'm going to place in yet. And some red glittered foliage where it's got a few berries in as well. Now I have got some green out. I have got these because I'm thinking with the arrangement, I'd like to put these around the bottom of the foam, just so then, you know, to hide the foam at the bottom. With them being quite wide, they will cover the foam quite nicely. Now I have got one fresh stem out of I usually cut these down, but I haven't this time. But of my mountain pine, I'm not sure whether I want to pull one off or two and just add those in. I think I may, as a bit of length. So I've got those. I've also got my conifer. I've got one bunch of those out. And of course some flocked pine needles as well, just to get that snowy theme going. And I've also got, I may put bits of this in for a bit of filler foliage as well, or dot it around. And I've also just got a few out of my smaller mountain pine as well. Now I did get out my pomegranates, but looking at it, I don't think, I've had a look with the silver and it's immediately made my mind up. It doesn't, I don't think, sit well with the silver. Maybe gold, but with these, I don't know. I don't think they don't, you know, I say not sit well. I don't think they just blend in as you know, well as I would have liked. So I have just placed those aside. I have got some bits of ribbon out that I've been having to practice, so one's a bit creased with the red, maybe. So I've just cut a bit of length off the roll and of the silver as well in the glitter, in case I want to add a few bits of just either a loop here or a couple of tail ends somewhere. So I've just cut some off. If I don't use them, then, you know, I can save them for another project. So I'm going to bring our camera down, and it's all glitter again. So we're going to get started and let's see what we can create today. So one moment please, I won't be a minute. I'm just going to bring the camera down. So we'll bring it in about like that, I think, because I want you to get to see above. Just, I don't really know how high it's going to become. If I just bring it, let me just bring it somewhat there, I think. Right, again, as I said, I'd like this to be in the middle, but I'm going to work around first with the foliage. Place that glitter ball in just at a slightly later stage. Now again with, let me just take the band off, with our pine needles with the cone, little mini cones on. Again, just to cover the bottom. I don't want it hanging over. I want it basically sitting on top. So it's just covering around the bottom, and I'm going to bring it around as much as I can. So let's cut it right down. And I'm going to start in the centre here. I can't get it in any further than that because it's right at the tip. Try this one as well. So I'm just going to go in the 4 centre parts at the bottom. I'm going to just grab some flat nose pliers because I'm using the blue styrofoam, which is quite tough. I can't get that one in more than that either. See if I can bend the stem to lift it. It would have to probably sit like that, guys. I hope it's nice weather where you are. It's absolutely bitter here, exceptionally cold. I had to take Benji out for a walk in it today, but I decided to play. I bought him a little jacket to put on, a winter coat, and it's the same material as what my jacket is, so it looked really quite warm actually. I don't like them to get cold. I tend to be a bit mother them a little. So let's get this one in this side. Oh, the styrofoam is quite tough. So we've got it like that on there. I don't, if I bring one here, I don't know about the long mountain pine. I'm not sure. You know what, I'm going to take one off. Just have a look. I want one here and one here. I may have to bring it in a little bit more. So if I did that. Right. So before I carry on, I'm going to place in just 2 of the mountain pine, and I'm going to place the stem over this side, and then just bend it because I don't want it sticking out here. So I'm bringing the stem further, away from where I'm positioning it, just so it makes it look shorter and it doesn't stick out as much. So we'll do that on the opposite side. But then with this one, I'll bring the stem over to the opposite side again, so it doesn't stick out too much. Just make sure I get that glue off. So like so. So then I think with these, I'm wondering if I could keep it as it is like that. let's give it a go. As we say, in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to lean, with it having two on, just spread them a little. So it holds down also some of the mountain pine. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side to hold that mountain pine down. Just bend it over and just spread it so then the mountain pine becomes in the center of them. And it will be held down a little bit. You know, once you start placing other elements, these what are popping up will be pushed down. We'll do the same on this side. And then just bend that one over as well. Like that. So again, they will be pressed down as we go along. So with the Christmas bauble, I mean the stem isn't really very big. So I want to cut it about here, I think. Let's have a look. If it pops through the bottom, I will go underneath and just cut it. It is quite heavy. I'm going to leave some of it a little bit higher. I don't want to push it so it's flat down. Let's see if I can pull this off the stem. Oh, yeah, that's good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring one of these long ferns over here. Just place some glue on. I'm going to place the stem underneath the glitter ball. Have it hanging over. Do the same with another one above the mountain pine. And then just manipulate it to go offset slightly. Let me just stand up. So as you can see, it's like that at the moment on top. I'll hang back with those. Right, now these are exceptionally glittery. So I may cut these down. One. So I'll cut it in half here. And on here, I'm going to bring in a red. And then I'm just bending it down so it's just leaning on. So it doesn't just stick upright. And then I'm going to take another one over on the opposite side. And do it there. Do I want any? No, I'm going to place something else in red under there. Oh, there's glitter everywhere. Don't we all just love glitter? So I'm going to get the Chinese money leaf. I'm going to cut the leaf, cut the stems a little on here too. And I'm going to bring one under. Just bring that little red underneath our mountain pine. I'm just going to lift up the mountain pine and go on to the right onto the corner piece, and then just slightly bend that one. Let's have a look. Now we'll hold back. I'm only placing in a couple at the moment. Until we start, we start to get moving. Now I've got these. Now these could be cut up, these picks, or do I bring them across to the opposite side here? They are quite pretty. I'm not sure, if I'm being quite honest. It's a trial and error. I'm not prepared really for this. It's just something I just thought, let's get that done. I'm going to place those on top. And, oops, I've just pulled a piece off. So we'll spread that like so. I'm going to turn the middle stem down a little as well. The stem and do it on the opposite side. So I've got those on there like so. I'm going to, again, excuse me, I think we may need a little bit of green in colour just to separate some areas. So I'm going to place one here. I want to keep it quite more like pine textures. And if you notice, I'm mainly placed two of everything in at the moment. I may bring one here, just under. Just have a smaller one there. And then a smaller one the opposite side as well. So it's more pine. I'm not sure I'm going to use any more of those. I need silver. I need some more silver. So let's add in, hopefully, that one. Let's add in some bay leaves. I'm going to cut the stems down on these also. And I'm going to put these in between where the reds are on top, just to break all that red up. And then on this side as well. I'm going to bring underneath here, because there's silver on each end there, I'm going to bring some of the silver under here. So I'll just do the back area first. I've got a feeling I'd like to place in some ribbon at somewhere. I'm just trying to think as I go along where I place the ribbon. So now I'm just doing a couple of pieces at a time so that I, don't overload the arrangement. I think I'm going to cut this down. Pull pieces off and add these in as well. I'm just looking where I would place them. Let me grab another one because I want another. Another one of these like fern ones as well. So I'm just And I think I'm going to break up the grass, the swirly grass, and these are going to be scattered around because they're very fine, and also where's all my picks gone? With them being fine, I can, you know, allow them to be sticking out. Let me just get my picks, guys. I'm going to just glue some onto some picks. I'm going to like place them probably in a little cluster of 3. So let's just dip my pick in, place at the bottom where the grass is. I can't find where I place my white tape, so I'm going to have to use the green. So I've just placed those on a pick. I'm going to just open them up so they're not, you know, sticking together. Oops, I wiped all the glue off. Silly me. I'm going to have these just sticking out, just to give a bit of movement. You know, because they are airy, they're not, you know, something that you tend to like focus on immediately when you look at an arrangement with wispy bits in. You tend to notice the bigger elements first. So we'll cut that one as well. Again, just pull them apart. Three here. It's not long for Christmas, guys. Is it about another, what are we on, the 26th? About another 29 days, something like that. Have you done your Christmas shopping? I have. I've wrapped them as well. Did it on a weekend when I wasn't at work. I think as my sons get older, they're not so keen on or bothered about unwrapping presents. I mean, I do it for my husband, my mum, you know, things like that. But my kids, I place their gifts in a big Christmas bag or sack, and they just pull them out because they're in the 20s and 30s, so they're not particularly bothered about unwrapping them. Now I am. I love to unwrap presents. My youngest son keeps asking me what his surprise present is, and I can't tell him as much as I'd love to. I just want to see the expression on his face Christmas morning. And are you an early riser Christmas Day, or do you just treat it as another day? I'm one of these. I will wake up really early, and then I will go have a cup of coffee downstairs, run around the house, make sure everything's, you know, and then prepare the dinner, get all the vegetables prepared. And then once I've done all that, then I run upstairs and I go and wake them all up. And I shout and tell them Santa Claus has been. Come on, we must get up. Right, I'm just cutting these ones a little bit because I don't want these ones on the end sticking out too far, because I've drawn the boundary basically here. I don't mind the ones on the top. I was thinking maybe 2, 3. Maybe I could. Maybe I could put 3 in. And have it around, or 4 and have one there. We'll put them on picks to start with. Oh, wrong side. So yes, guys, concerning my heart, I've had these palpitations for 4 weeks, and I thought it was just a normal little heart palpitation. Didn't think anything of it. And as the days have gone by and the weeks, it's just got worse. It's become to the point where the palpitations haven't slowed down. They've got stronger and they are constant. They come every 2 to 3 minutes throughout the day. As soon as I wake up to the moment I go to bed, non-stop. And the doctor says that's not normal. There's got to be a reason. It could be my thyroid, she says. So, or it could be, she actually did say, are you stressed at work? I says, oh gosh, no. I'm not stressed at work. If anything, I'm enjoying doing Christmas arrangements. So no. I says, my job actually relaxes me. But there could be numerous signs. I can't get that one in. There could be numerous signs for it. It could be down to anxiety, stress, menopause, hormonal imbalance. What causes the palpitations? Obviously, thyroid could be one. Overactive or underactive thyroid can have an effect as well. Menopause, that can. So, yes, guys, it can be quite a numerous poor diet as well, apparently. But we'll just have to see, won't we? We'll just have to see what's wrong. Right, I'm going to place a few of these pine needles under the bottom. I'm sorry if you didn't really want to hear me talk about my health issues. My apologies when we're doing something to do with floral. I just thought I'd let you know, and be honest and tell you the reason I haven't been doing a video yesterday. Obviously I've got to take my son to have him sorted, and that's my autistic son, so I need to sort my child out. I'm placing some of these just underneath on the bottom. I just want to add a bit of colour going around. I think I need a bow. I keep looking, guys. And I'm bending them over as well, not leaving them so they're sticking out horizontal. I am bending them just to give them a bit of shape to the arrangement. I don't really want to overpower it. Just looking, I think something silver could go under there. So we'll cut that one down. Add that there, and then I'll place the other one opposite. So that will go under here, in between these two reds. Again, just to break it up. Like so. So it's looking like that on top. I've got these twiggy bits that I may incorporate, so I'll hold on to those. I don't want that. Let's just have a look at a bow. I may do some small bows. I'm just going to have a look at the conifer. As well. Yeah, we're going to add in some conifer. Look at all the glitter. Oh, oopsie daisy, I've just pushed over one. So let's cut some conifer. Start with 3. I'm going to place one in here. So this is on top instead of, I usually tend to place these around the bottom because they're long, but I'm going to bend it and have it just hanging over as well, leaning on top of the pine. Do the same on here. It definitely needs some frosted foliage in. Bring a bit of green under there with the silver. And do the same on there also. If I can get it in, it's exceptionally tough, this styrofoam. You just turn that one around, guys, and try again. There we have it. Just bring that green under there. So what is it we're missing now? I need, even though I've got a bit of red there, I need on top some more red. Let me just, yeah, more red and some gold. Silver, sorry. Do I need any of these instead? You could add some of those as different texture. I'm just going to incorporate just a little bit of the red bay leaves, or birch leaves, sorry. I always call them bay leaves. I don't know why. So just to bring a little bit of the matte colour, instead of all glitter, add in a little bit of either matte or gloss leaves as well, just so you've got different like textures and contrasts, and also you're not just sticking, that's if you wish, so you're not just having one type of foliage, you know, well, different foliage but all the same texture. So add in some softer textures, matte, glossy, things like that. I'm just going to bring a few pieces in. I'm not going to overdo it. I could bring a couple in here. So that is for those. I want to look. I don't really think I need the pomegranates in, guys. No. Oh, the ginkgo leaves, that's what I'm looking for. They're on the floor. Just grab them. Oh, let's see what you can see. Let's move it across here a little. Right, I've got those, so let me just have a look at this bow. So I'll just have tail ends instead. I can't really make my mind up today. I don't know what's wrong. It's I'm going to just have tail ends. That's what I'm going to add. So let me just cut the ends of that. So what I'm going to do for the tail ends, oh my goodness, I'm just going to have a look on how long I'd like them. Again, I don't want them, you could have them reaching the floor, or you could put a bow here on the side. I wonder if that would be okay. Oops, I've just squashed the ribbon. Yeah, I may put a little bow on the side instead. I do change my mind, guys. It's just that something pops up at the last minute. I'm not going to do a big bow. I'm only going to do I do two? small at the side. I'm just having a look. I'm just doing it rough to start with. Oh my goodness, choices. I want to get these in. Let me get these in. What I'm going to do is cut these in half. Like so. And if you've got any little oddments or anything hanging about as well, in the colour that you are doing, or green for the, you know, the foliage, incorporate those. They would look pretty. I'm just placing these where there's no silver. Right. I'm going to bring some of the ginkgo leaves underneath as well. Not many, because with them, they are airy, but they are quite wide. So I'm just going to incorporate a few. Just to add a little bit of different textures. Oops. Cut that a little bit. We don't want the stem that long. Incorporate now, so something's bothering me on top here. Now let me just go and grab, because it looks slightly lonely. I'm sure I've got some smaller ones. Just put silver. Or maybe 3. Don't put, excuse me. This is not planned. So when I'm like this, if I can take that out. Right. Sorry guys, I'm messing about today. One moment. Sorry about that guys. I went to get a few things and I didn't want to be like making you wait. Right, I've got out and I placed them on picks. Some Christmas ornaments or baubles. Now I've got out some small glittery red ones, some red and white ones, and some just silver glittered ones. I've also just grabbed some white berries. I thought maybe we could put those in instead of the silver. And I also got one of these spray rose. Oh, go on, let's say it right. These single stems, what I've got rose leaves on them, sorry. So I've got those as well. Oh, and I also got out some silver bamboo and also a little bit of silver cypress leaves in case I may want to just add in some of those as well. Just for again, and another bit different texture. So, but I may not add those. I've just got them out for backup. But I'm wanting to place in the baubles. So what I'm going to do with these, I want to just lift up and just let it come out like so. So they're there, and then the red ones, I've got another silver, so I could, no, we'll leave it like that because we've been doing it in 2s. And then the red ones I'm going to place just a little bit further down so they're not all on the same height. And I've gone where the silver bay leaf is and brought that there. So the smaller ones, oops, daisy. The smaller ones I'm going to bring around right under the bottom. I'm going to place one on each side of the gift. Just to have some of that, the Christmas baubles down at the bottom as well as on above. And just bring those down there. So, and also I was considering bringing some of the seeded berries along the bottom as well, just to add a little bit of white in colour. Just bring those around. And again, I'm just leaning these slightly over as well. sorry guys if I'm not really with it today. I don't feel poorly. I'm just short of breath. But I can't sit around doing nothing. I get bored. I suppose that's one way to for me not to chat as much. My husband probably likes it. I don't suffer with asthma either, so that's been ruled out. I don't have asthma. So because I've got one there, I may bring just one. In there. Again, just to add that little bit of white. Across here as well. Again, I'm bringing them up above. I'm not going to overdo it with them at the top, I don't think. Oh, I could. I could bring them either side. I'll bring this one just under the bay leaf. So I just didn't want it really to look a bit too green everywhere. And I saw quite a bit of green, but at the same time I didn't want to be bringing in too much silver or red. So that can go there. My cat's joined me. I'm just gonna... I've chosen the cypress leaves because they have got that similar, you know, that spiky texture on the leaves. So it's, excuse me, very much, you know, with keeping in with the theme of the spiky foliage, you know, the pine needles, etc. Just cut that a little bit. So I'm just bringing those in. Let me have a look from the top. I still feel that this isn't high enough. I may have to pull it up or pull it off the stem because it is stuck. Yeah. Let's pull it off the stem. And I'm going to pull then the stem out if I can, because it is exceptionally tough. It just looks like it's sunken in the centre. There we go. Let me just glue these back in because they've popped out. Put those back in. So let's get another stem. And again, what I do, I just stick in one of these that I've had a floral on, the long stems. I place a bit of glue on the one end and push it inside the polystyrene ball. And then wipe off any excess glue. I just think it needs to be a little taller. I'm going to cut it there. Just going to go in. Yeah. Now I'm going to now add in just some things underneath the polystyrene ball. So let's first of all get some of the pine needles to fill in this gap. And that's one of the reasons I tend to like to leave the, you know, the attachments or anything till the end, because you may realise, or you may or may not, but as you're getting around like I've done, I've noticed that the way I've placed in my elements, they are making the glitter balls look like it's sunken in the centre, and I didn't want that, and then you end up having to pull it out. So that's why I like to leave it till a later stage usually to add things in. I may have placed that in a little bit too soon. I'm just going around here with some of our pine needles, and I may cut one of these cypress leaves down as well and use that to place in underneath the glitter ball. Just under there. Excuse me. I'm going to also bring in some of our red glittered pine needles as well. I'm just cutting the stem a little bit off. I don't want it that long because I'm not wanting it to pop through the bottom. Again, if it has, then we'll just cut them. I'm not going to put any more of those in, those ones. I'm going to just bring in maybe one of the bamboo. I'm going to cut this in half as well. Let's have a look. I want to push it so it's going down just underneath the glitter ball, so I don't see the foam. That under there as well. Let's have a look. Do I really need those? I don't think I need those in. I'm going to just dot a few of these now, pine needles around I'll look for the ones that are quite flocked. We'll just place some of those in. I'm not going to be, I don't think putting any more, because you can, if you notice that the more you put in and you think, and then you start thinking, oh gosh, that doesn't look balanced, you carry on. It's just the natural, you know, natural instinct is to just carry on placing other things in to balance things. But you can overdo it. So I could easily place some more reds and silvers in, but it's getting quite full, so I'm going to just place a bit of greenery in instead and dot that around just to fill in a few bits of the gaps. Also add that little bit of a Christmas spirit to it. And again, bring some down at the bottom. So we're going to go also around the bottom. So I'm going to do like fill in the odd places up here and then go to the bottom and just pop some in at the bottom as well. So it's all underneath. Oh, I think I've just got some on my nose. And I'm just placing them on the bottom in each corner. I mean, if you want, you can place more along the bottom. I'm just going to bring those down, you know, around. And I'm going to cut some and place them now up above. So let's just pop some in and around up here. And you'll notice them as you're going around where you've been placing them, and you'll notice that there isn't one there. So just pop one in. So I've got one there. I think I may need one here. Just add that in as well. And doesn't it add to it by adding in just a bit of the flocked foliage as well? That gives that lovely... Did I place one under there? No. Let's have a look here. Yeah, by just adding that flocked foliage in, it gives that little bit extra Christmas vibes. Do I need any more? I feel I want one there. And then just stand back and have a look and see, and move your arrangement around just to see if you can see anything where they've not got any. No, that's fine. So I don't need no more of those either. I'm not going to place anything else in again, because you can just keep going and it will become too much for it as well. My cat will sit on my worktop, guys, and he won't move. He's ever so stubborn. So let me just move things out the way. Oh, it's all over the... Sometimes you just can't get the glitter off, it sticks. So one moment, I just want to get rid of it. And let's bring that back in. Oh, he's moved now because he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the vacuum cleaner either. So, now, again, I've got the ribbon. I'm going to have a look at this ribbon. I just don't know if to do it. Just cut some tail ends and bring some tail ends in. I think I'm going to do that. So let me just sit down. And what I'm going to do, scissors. And instead of, I don't want them long. I'm not going to bring any loops into it. I'm just going to keep the tail ends only. So I'm just doing 4. So 1 in each corner. And I'm just, let me move that. I'm just dovetailing. Oops. Measuring it with these. So they're all the same. Oh, he's back. He's back now. I haven't got my little cleaner, desktop cleaner on. Right, so I've got those. I'm going to do the same with these. And just cut 4. And then that one. So put that there. Right, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring them together. I'm going to get a floral wire. So I've got the floral wire. I'm going to bring a silver and a red together. I'm going to place them on top of each other. And then I'm just going to pinch at the top. I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch at the top, not much. And then I'm going to get a floral wire, bend it over the top. And then get one of the pieces of wire, go around once, one way, and the other piece go around the opposite way, and then just twist at the back. And then I just get this wire here, what's left, and I just wrap that around the other wire, and then I just bend that end piece over and wrap the tip of it around. So I've created just a pick just so I can pop it in to the corners. So that's what I'm going to do with each one. Again, 1/2 inch. I don't really do more than 1/2 inch because it's not really needed. So again, go one way with one piece of wire, then the opposite way with another. Then twist, and then wrap one of the wires around the other. And then I just bend that end bit as a U-bend, and the piece here that's sticking out, I just wrap that around that wire again, going back upwards. So then it's like nothing's going to stick out and hurt anybody if they grab it. That's 3. I think that would help as well, you know, by having something like a bit of ribbon. I mean, again, if you don't want to incorporate ribbon, that's fine. If you don't want to do bows, or maybe I know some people don't do bows because they can't get to grips with them, you know, they're new at trying them and they're not happy with the way they turn out. I used to be the same. So, but they want a bit of ribbon in, so just add a bit of tail ends if it's easier for yourselves. They still look, you know, beautiful arrangements do with just tail ends there. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in each corner of the arrangement up, and I'm going to just push the wire in like so. So I've got a little bit of ribbon hanging from one corner, and I'll go to the opposite, you know, to the other corner. And I'm going to just get that in like that. And as you notice as well on the corners, because I've finished with the silver here, then I will bring the red one after, then silver. So then on this corner here, because we finished with silver, when I separate them like so, and then so the red is after. So you're going in colour, you know, red, silver, all around. And that's what I'm doing. Just got to try and see where it is. So it's red. So we've finished with red, silver again, so then we'll start with How many have I put in? 1, 2, 3, 4. Silver, so red again. And then it ends, and then it goes back in colour coordination, so in alternate colours, so they're all the way around. So just by adding, you know, a little bit of a ribbon, tail ends around the edge or the corners, again, that gives it just that little bit extra interest and makes it look quite pretty. So that is it on the top, how we've done it. And then it is quite heavy with the glitter ball, and then just going around with everything around the bottom with our cypress, our red glittered pine needles, our flock pine needles, berries, the conifer, a few baubles, Christmas ornaments, and some silver leaf, and working my way up to the center. Again, the stems on the top are always shorter than the ones usually on the bottom, especially if you are having it hanging over. I didn't have the first greenery hanging over because I was using that as like my filler foliage for at the bottom, because I knew as I was progressing upwards I would not probably be able to get things in if everything was hanging over, you know. So I wanted to put in the smaller foliage first and then apply the length with the rest of the elements. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me just bring up my camera. One moment, everybody. Let's just bring it up slightly. You probably can see me from there. Here he is, look. He always has his back to me. He is quite stubborn, you know. Excuse me. So this would make something just to invite that Christmas spirit into your home at Christmas. Instead, again, as I stated at the beginning, not everybody wants to or likes Christmas trees, or they just want to celebrate Christmas something small just to bring in that special day. And again, I know a few men friends who don't have a Christmas tree. They just have a plant pot with a few probably poinsettias in, and some berries and pine cones, and that's that. They don't want nothing else, you know. It's just like that. And because there is lots and lots of, you know, people out there who celebrate Christmas in different ways and in different styles, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, I respect anybody who's got their own style, whether it's extravagant, big, wacky, you know, lots of lights or anything like that, or, you know, on the yard you have lots of Christmas decorations or lights flashing and everything. I don't do that. my children, again, aren't particularly bothered about that. But there's people on the street who have lights around the houses on the outside, you know, and it does look beautiful. So again, not everybody is the same, are we? So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. So if you've got a gift box of, you know, one of these, or just a plain one, or a candy cane one, or anything like that, and you want to do an arrangement on top of it, again, you can either glue the foam on, or you could attach it with cable ties, or, you know, pipe cleaners, anything like that, or floral wire or tape, floral tape, you know, to the container. and then build up your arrangement around the top like I have. Or if you don't want to add in foam, you could do it like you would a lantern, where you create your floral arrangement on your worktop first before you actually attach it. So you could do that as well. And again, just adding a little bit of simple ribbon, you know, just adding that in. And I'm just having a look. No, there's no stems pop through, so that's good. So yeah, just a little bit, something to add instead of gold and red, a bit of red and silver. It looks quite nice together, I think, myself. And I've also added a little bit of white. Now, you don't have to, but I've added the white in. One reason to lift it so it doesn't look too much gold. I said it again. Too much silver and red. And also because we've got pine needles that are flocked and have white on, I didn't want those to just be the only elements that have white. So I wanted to just incorporate a little bit more of the white. So I decided to bring in the berries. And again, you don't have to, or if you wanted and you've got the Christmas baubles or Christmas ornaments, you could bring white of those in as well. So you could have red, white and silver in those. You know, again, just adding a little bit more white to uplift it, as I like to say. So I hope you're going to give that a go, guys. Sorry for faffing about. Again, I'm not prepared for it. I just come in here because I couldn't sit around. I get fed up. So I thought, oh, I'm going to go and do a video. So, and I just thought, you know, I've got to do something. So again, sorry for having to, you know, sound like I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do, but I'd not prepared and I'd not thought about it. It was just spur of the moment. And again, sorry for not doing a video yesterday. And again, I won't be doing one tomorrow because I will be out all day at the hospital and also with my son. So have a wonderful day. Take care. And if I can get to do a video on Friday, then I'll sneak one in, guys. I really will. If not, because I've got other, may have other commitments, I'm not sure yet. I won't know more until tomorrow, but I'll try and get something in. You know, I'll try my best. So have a wonderful day. Sorry, got to take a deep breath. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Good health. And again, I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. So good health to you all. Keep creating. And if you want to send me some pictures, again, it's the flower patch 2401 at gmail.com. I do receive pictures from lovely, you know, people already, you know, like Cindy, Sandra, you know, and lots of other, I think Maria has sent me a few as well. So, you know, I have received quite a few pictures and they are fabulous. Oh, and Judith. So I've yet to reply to the lady Judith. She sent me an email. I must do that. So again, please subscribe, share and like. Bring along your friends, your family, your neighbours, your colleagues, whomever, just to even watch, guys. Even if they don't do any floral creations or designs themselves, just bring them along. They might enjoy watching it, and you never know, it might inspire them to give it a go themselves. So have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Take care and bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right, let's have a look. My cat, just look. The ears down and the head down. It doesn't look good, does it? It looks, to me, it looks like he sulks when he does that, guys. Molly. Right, so there's our glitter ball. Again, I've had to lift it up because it did look a bit sunk into the arrangement at the top. They are our glittered pine needles. Some of these that was on the picks, the glittered picks, was these. Again, they look like little baby, I think anyway, or it might be ruscus, oh, I don't know, eucalyptus. There's our mountain pine, our wispy grass, our bay leaves. There's our little seeded berries, one of our Christmas baubles. There's the flocked pine needles as well. My conifer, that was on one of the picks also. There's the birch, there you go, the birch. Let's just move this around a little bit. There's the red glittered little foliage bush, our silver glittered with also a few sequins on of our fern, our long mountain pine, some of our ginkgo leaves and our Chinese money leaves here as well in glitter, our pine needles with the little pine cones on them as well, and our cypress leaves in silver. And then also we have the ribbon where I've used the red silk. It's all wired. It's the red silk with the glitter on the edge in the 1.5, and then we've got the 7/8 in the silver glitter. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and give it a go again if you've got something like that in any design of a gift box, and have fun with it. So take care, guys, and all the best, and I love you lots. Bye for now. Bye bye.